Hello, guys. Hello, guys, and welcome to a story time. I'm gonna tell you. Now, you see the gameplay that I'm playing in the background, playing some Jump Force, obvi. But we're gonna get into the story of how I almost got kicked out of my own house. Now, this was a couple months back. It's not even that long, but a long time ago. Well, a couple months, like I said. Me and my sister were frequently losing our keys to the house, right? Alright, so listen. Tell me why one day I forgot my key. Well, I didn't know where my key was. It was hard struggling to find it. And by the time I got home from school, I had a pretty good day. It was a pretty decent day. I thought my mom would be home when I got home, right? So I'm walking on my way to the god darn house, right? And finally realizing that I forgot my key because I was too busy having fun at my school since I was, having fun times, like I said I was having, which is just not really going good so far, but still. I'm coming home from school. My sister's sitting in the front with her friends, right? And she's like, "Do you got your key?" I said, "Nope." And I asked her if she had her key. And she also said no. So, tell me why. I was like, "So we gonna go through the back?" Because we went through the back one time and we made it inside of the house even though we was both locked out. But listen. We went in and basically she was trying to get the window to come down, not break, but come down. And since I'm living in like suburbish area, which is we're gonna say the ghetto, this is particular to me because every time she's hitting it, it's not moving the way it did when she was when the glass was obviously moving, like it was finna break, like it was moving so flexible that I was like, we should stop. I said, you should stop. We should just wait. Alright. She did it one more time. She eventually busted down the glass, which still got us inside. That still got us inside, but still. She busted down the glass. I'm in disbelief. So we just go in the house. Her hands all bloody and everything. And we go in and unlock the door. And she lets us all in. While me and her are trying to discuss what we're gonna tell tell my mom, because my mom would not be pleasant with it. I obviously knew since the house we got in was like in September. We got in this house in September. It wasn't that long, so she thought we were gonna get kicked out. Now the glass is fixed now, but when we broke it, we went in through trying to find out what we're gonna do. Right? I'm just sitting in my room playing video games for the last time because I thought she was gonna kill me. Like mentally kill me. Like she was gonna grab a knife and just kill me. But still, as in when she got home and she saw that glass window broke. Now me and Shania, I'm upstairs and my sister and her friends are downstairs trying to fix the window. Literally trying to put glasses where it belongs and then put tape around it. Right? Alright. So, tell me why you can hear it's not even working. Literally not working. The wind's blowing it and everything. This is the craziest part. This is literally the craziest part. By the time my mama got home, my sister's friends were gone. And you know that feeling when you know you're finna get a butt whooping? and you try to hide and make excuses. Tell me why that's exactly what I did. She got down, she said, I'm trying to tell the truth, like I've said, I wanted to tell the truth to her. What happened? And I actually didn't tell her the truth. I like completely lied. Like I sat there and said I had nothing to do with it, even though I didn't. I told her that it was I didn't say anything, and I told her, and it was part truth, but it wasn't really truth at the same time. Like I told her everything that I did in my power, but I did not say one specific detail. If I was responsible, I was not responsible. I literally was not responsible for breaking down that window. But she is mad. Like when I say she is mad, she is furious. You know when that person gives you that one furious look where they squint their face? That's exactly what she did, scaring me. And the funniest part is I left this part out. When we were busting it down and the glass finally shattered, some dude was walking past. I'm walking on my way out because I'm scared what's going to happen to me. So I'm walking to the front of the house. And he was like, and it's a child too. It's a little child. It's like a child like my age. And he's like, I heard something shatter back there. And I'm like, oh no, it was nothing. It was me just stepping on a couple of glass in my backyard. Now, because I didn't want to say that we busted down a window. And the craziest thing is, it made it seem like we were breaking into a person's house, but we weren't. It was our house, but listen. Tell me why, when I get upstairs, I find my key in the most obvious spot. Like, I find it in the most obvious spot, hanging. And I'm like, oh. I said, oh God, like if I would have actually grabbed the key and looked, because I didn't look, but if I would have looked, I would have saw it. But this is the craziest part. She got home. When she got home, you already know what I said. Clenched her face and everything. She started yelling at my sister while I'm upstairs. She starts yelling at her. It was like, what you do to my window? And then I don't even remember the rest. She's just sitting there mad, yelling at her. I'm like, oh God. And then, like, that's what's happening in my head. And then she's like, get out of my house. I'm like, ooh. Like, I'm sitting here and like, she's like, Jada! And she called her my real name. So I go downstairs. And she's like, pack your bags. And I was like, why? She's like, you're going to your grandma's. I was like, why? Because she was like, because you broke my window. I was like, oh God. And so I went upstairs crying my eyes out. Because as much as I didn't want to leave, I knew I couldn't fit everything in my bag. So tell me why I put all of my game. I put my PS4 in there. I only put like a little bit of clothes. I put my controller, all my games. I was on my way out. Now I'm crying, and I'm sitting there trying to lie as hard as possible, making excuses so I don't get kicked out, because I'm dead scared. Because like at the same time, it's better to stay over here, man. Because when my grandma live, it ain't pleasant. So basically, I'm just sitting there. And I'm in there packing everything, and then she like, Jaden, come down. And like the least most like yelling voice. Like she put it in a passive voice and everything. I come downstairs, I don't think you had anything to do with it, and all I know that you're gonna pay for my window. Now, I'm like, I don't know where to get the money to pay for the window. I didn't say that, but I didn't know where to get the money. Because at the same time, if I earned the money from her, I still had to give it back to her, regardless. So, this is the funny part. I was happy. I was so happy until my sister had to mess it up. literally had to mess it up. She was like, he was like, you gonna go to the back? And then I'm like, oh, wow, she done snitched. And that's when she got mad. She was like, you both are gonna pay for my window. Now, I didn't even pay for the window. I tried to pack in as much games as possible, but there was some games that I don't play that I had literally about to sell for the cash. And I'm sitting here. This story is just, it's easy to remember, but still, I'm just sitting upstairs hearing their conversation on the phone, and I'm like, man. And then while I'm putting everything, I'll take my games downstairs. Now I don't even think she sold them. I just think I put them down there. But she didn't put me on punishment. They gave me a whooping. Didn't get nothing. Didn't give me nothing. Literally nothing. And I'm happy. But at the same time, I had to pay for a window with money that I don't know where to get the money from. So this is where it comes all to play. My sister get home. Now the glass, it was like a couple weeks before we got that window fixed, and it got like reinforced now. But the landlord was happy. He got here. He didn't get mad at all. Like, he did not get mad. Like, he was in the most delighted mood I've ever seen in my life. Like almost if he was happy to see that we broke the window. But at the same time, it was just not good I was bawling tears. Like, when I say I was crying in a way, because I thought I would have to move over there. I didn't want to have to go over to my grandma's and live the rest of my life over there. But did I love my grandma? I just, nope. Now, this is all smooth past now, as you can already tell, because I'm surprised my mom, she still to this day, to this day, I don't even try to forget my key. I literally don't. I look for my key as hard as possible. If I don't have my key, I'll wait. Because ever since that one incident, I learned my lesson. I ain't going, nope, that was a wrap. That was a GG. And in complete disbelief that at the same time, my grandma agreed to take me over there. And it was crazy. She was mad. It's like, how am I going to pay for this window? Now Phil going to be mad and kick us out the house because y'all fault. And I'm feeling bad of the situation because at the same time, we broke the window. And not only was it us breaking the window, it was her friends trying to break it down as well. It was my sister's friend trying to break it down as well. So I'm like, I didn't even try to break down the window. So why am I paying? Why ain't they paying in my head? Like, if anything, she didn't even get on her friends. And that I'm gonna tell you that now. That tale of the window was not pleasant. It was not pleasant. It was not pleasant. But let me tell you, I'll put in a lot of stories into these. I'll put in like about 5 episodes. 5 stories. I don't even know. I have a lot. But this is years back. Like I'm saying, I was like 10 when this actually happened. I was like 10 or 9. I was one of those. And this happened. Alright? I used to live in the projects, which I live close by now, but I don't live directly into the projects, right? So I used to live in the projects, and we used to live in a house, 403, called Chestnut. So there was this one kid who like ruled the whole project. I forgot his name. I'm gonna just call him Marquise. But his brother, I remember his dead name. His dead name was Amari. That was his brother's name. And his sister's name is Asia. Now listen, this is what I say. One day I got into a fight with this dude, and I was a punk. When I say I was a punk, I would be scared to fight. I would try to fight, but nothing would happen. I would end up getting my butt beat. But so Marquise, that dude that we said it was like the rule. I forgot exactly what I did to him, but I thought I punched him or something. I think I punched him in the jaw or something like that. But as soon as I did that, I ran. Like when I said I ran, you would think that I just got away from the cops, because I was booking it. I was out. And now Marquise is still on the ground. His brother Amari, he's sitting there in disbelief. He's trying to run after me. I'm running. I'm just running around the block continuously until I meet one of my best friends, which I call my brother, Keon. That's his exact name. We get up there. I get up to his house, and I'm like, dude, you don't want to know what just happened. He's like, what happened? Then I was like, I'll just punch Marquise. And he froze, like he stopped in his dead tracks and just shut it up. He was like, bruh, you dead. That's exactly what he like, he didn't say it that fast. He was like, bruh, you is dead, bruh. Because Marquise had a bunch of sources, and they all could fight. It was like he had a whole gang. I went in my house because I lost them. And this is absolutely true. Tell me why, when I look out the window, I literally look out the freaking window of my house, the whole neighborhood is looking for me, bruh. The whole neighborhood. I'm like, oh, it's a wrap, because I didn't come outside, but Marquise's mom knew where I lived, and which was stupid at the time. And she walked up to the door while there's a crowd behind her with her two sons in front. Well, with her two sons beside her. And it's like, he said, did your son punch my son? He was like, your son punched my son. And my mom, she looks at me and she looks at her. And she's like, oh, he did now. Cause she didn't really care, cause it's like she's thinking it's in self-defense. But it kind of was in self-defense. But I punched him. His mama got hostile. When I say she got hostile, she was like, yeah, that little boy right there. And that's the craziest thing about that, is because I did not expect his mama to walk up there and try to snitch. Now, she's like, come on. He's like, come out. And I'm like, I'm scared for my life, because I see the whole neighborhood out there. And I'm like, yo, there has to be there's so many teenagers right there. And so many teenagers and so many other people that knew how to fight. And I'm like the only one, everybody else who does not know how to fight is not looking for me, but it's like the whole neighborhood looking for me. Like, you know those huge crowds in like a football stadium? That's exactly how big that crowd was. Now, my heart is beating fast. And she was like, and my mom was like, go outside. Now, I'm scared, like, what you doing, mama? What you doing? And she's like, go outside, Jaden. Go ahead. Go outside. I go outside. This is the craziest thing. I go outside. And first thing that happened, Omari, his son was like, her son was like, which is Marquise's brother, was like, why you hit my brother? And I tell him the reason why, because I don't remember the reason why, because that was so many years back. He sucker punched the crap out of me, bruh. Like, when I said my jaw shifted, you would think that my whole jaw went to the back of my head. Like, he punched the crap out of me. He played football. He was buff. But at the same time, that punch, I fell to my floor literally fell to the concrete ground. And that's all he did. They all walked away. And I'm like, in my head, like, Marquise, and I'm like, Marquise, you a punk. He turned around. I ran in the house and locked the door. And he didn't say nothing after that, because I haven't went outside for about a month after that incident. And I should have kept my mouth shut. Because here's another story with Marquise and Amari. And some other dude, I forgot his name. I think it was like Jalen, Jalar. I don't remember. It started with a J though. But this dude, alright, he was not their brother or sibling. He was nowhere around that. But he was their friend. Now me and me and I'm gonna just call the guy Roger. Me and Roger were friends. We were literally friends. And Marquis, this was it was after the incident with the whole neighborhood. But I go, and this is what happens. I go, and we go to this huge hill. It's called the flood wall. We go to this huge hill, and like, me and him we are talking on the way. Me, him, Mari, and Marquise. We are all talking. We having a fun time. Now, this is where I'm in my head. I'm like, I'm surprised he doesn't remember from that incident. And he didn't notice I said that, but still, like I said, it was in my head. I don't know what I'm saying, but like I'm saying here, Marquise, he gives me that one look like I'm finna beat the crap out of you, bruh. Like, he said, he gave me that look like he was finna beat the brakes off me. And we all walk into the floor wall, and like, we barely even get all the way up the hill. We don't even go all the way up the hill. Now, I'm walking directly behind the three, walking behind Roger, Marquise, and Amari. And tell me why the first person to turn around was Roger, and he punched me. And then I fell down the hill and hit my head on concrete. And this is the craziest thing. I got jumped by all three of them. Literally, they literally jumped me, and in my head I'm like, why? Why would Roger do that? Roger was more close with freaking Marquise than he was with me. Now, me and Roger, we are like a rivalry ever since that incident. Like, me and him fought several times. I've won at least once. That's another time. I will tell you that story. And I literally, quite literally, it was not pleasant because I got my butt beat and they let me go. I'm sitting there kicking my legs, trying to get them off of me. They let me go. I run, and I see. Tell me, now I'm a punk. Like I said, I was a punk. Tell me why when I see a cop car, I tell them these three boys should jump me, and I'm sitting there crying. But why would I tell them? Cause I was a butt, which I would say I was a wuss. I am a whole wuss. And the craziest thing is, my homie, bruh, my homie Keon walked up there. Now Keon, he was slim. He had a little muscle on him. He walking, he see me running, flailing my arms like a little boy, like a little child, like a little 4-year-old, and I'm like 10, and I'm running, flailing, and he's like, He's like, what happened? And I'm like, I just got jumped, dude. He was like, by who? I said, I'm telling him, by Marquise, Amari, and Roger. And he's like, oh, I got him. Don't worry. So, Keon is walking up there. Like, quite literally walking up to the floor wall. And I see him. He's like, hey, bro, what you do to my... He's like, what you do to my homie by just reading lip? You can tell. And they try to lie. But, like, we didn't do nothing to your homie. You can tell just by looking at their eyes. They lie. So, this is where it all goes out of nowhere. Keon gets socked in his face by Amari, bruh. And Keon get up and start fighting. Like, he took down Roger. Like, Roger, he scraped in the side of his jaw. And he was out. Like, when I say he was out, he was out. And Marquise and Amari, they're sitting there looking at each other. And Keon kicks Marquise directly in the stomach as hard as possible. Marquise gets on his knees and like his butt, and Amari tries to swing on Keon. Keon weaves the freak out of that and like knees him directly in his giblets, legit giblets. And Marquise is still sitting there on his knees hurting. And freaking for a second, I thought I was in the WWE. Cause listen, Keon super kicked that boy in the jaw. He super kicked Marquise directly in the jaw, and like he fell to the ground. He's also knocked out. He's quite literally also knocked out. Not only that, but he punched like sure you can directly. He legit do that. He legit did that to Amari. And they all out. He walked up to me. He was like, don't worry, I had you, fam. And Keon is like my brother, bruh. Since like he has so much help, he helped me so much, and I'm a little like he helped me defend myself in the freaking hood, bruh. Like, like when I say I was a little boy, like I'm not like that now. Like I'd fight if you had to fight me, bruh. But I used to be a little wimp, bruh. And this the last story I'm gonna be able to tell you. So listen, or I could tell you, but this is the story between me and this is like recently. Actually, it's not even that recent, but this is in the hood as well. So it's like years back, but in the hood. There was this boy. He thought, and I was playing football. They used to have the biggest football games. Like and they had like cheerleaders for it too. It was like everybody else's girlfriend would be there. But I used to play on the football games with this white boy with blonde hair. His name's Anthony. I specifically remember his name. His name was Anthony. Now he lived in a house that I used to live in. Cause I moved at the time, and I will tell you what I seen when I moved into that house that I said. But that's another story, like I said, like I'm gonna do next time. But this is actually what happens. Tell me why, like since I'm in the hood and all. This child, I was playing football. This little boy, like he looked like he was about 5, like he was small, and he still goes to my school. He's like in the 3rd grade, but he is small, and he is playing, and we're playing football. And he comes up, he's like, "Hey, can I play?" And we're playing tackle, like we're literally playing tackle with everybody, like, and these dudes are buff that are playing tackle. Like they look like. They just got out. They look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, bruh. They look like Arnold Schwarzenegger right there. And I'm like, oh nah. And we let them in. Now, myself here. I'm sitting there playing football. I usually tackle hard. Like I would tackle anybody hard. and I'm running down the field, and they throw the ball to the child. We're gonna call him child, I guess. But the child, like I was saying, got the ball. They handed it to him. He running down the field. We all running, rushing towards him. We thinking he can hold his own self. I tackled the like when I say I tackled him, I thought I knocked him out. Like I screamed, like all you heard was, that's all you heard. And he goes to the floor like a ragdoll, and he sat there, and he gets up. And he was like, why you do that? I'm gonna get my brother on you and junk. Now he got his brother an hour later. Like I'm sitting outside my front porch with Keon. And this is crazy. I'm sitting out the side of my front porch with Keon, having some pleasant, like me and him were just talking with Anthony, and this dude, like he's not that buff. He was like fat, but he had a little muscle on him. And he walks up, he's like, "Hey, bruh, you hit my brother?" And while Anthony and Keon trying to back me up, they're like, "No, he didn't. He just tackled him." And he came over there to play football with him. He was like, "Yeah, he hit me." And his child is still there. Like, it's like, he hit me. I was like, yeah, I'll specifically remember him saying this. He was like, I'm gonna have to make my knuckles bloody, bruh. And I knew I was finna get in a fight, so I'm obviously shaking in the inside. But still, I get up, and this was like the first fight that I won in the hood, literally. I get up. I'm like, hey, you is now. I'm saying, I'm about to make you some bloody teeth, cause I had some fighting banter, bruh. Like I can talk the most crap, but I just can't back that crap up. But we will fight, and he slips. Like he tries to swing and he slips, and that gave me a pleasant opportunity to kick him directly in his face. Like he falls to the ground, and this is like in the summer, like so it was like barren dry, so that ground was dry, and it was like dusty, or not dusty, but it was barren. And I'm playing with him or whatever, and we start hitting. Like I straight socked him in his face, in the back of his head, and he falls to the ground. He falls into the dirt, and I'm just wailing on him, like I'm wailing. And then, like, I'm literally just going at it because I'm having so much adrenaline punched up in my body that I'm literally just putting in all my effort into the punches. You can tell it was hurting him too. And he said he got up. It was like he was crying too. I saw a little teardrop come out of his face. He was like, I'm gonna get you next time, man. I'm gonna get you next time. And I was like, yeah, I'll be waiting here, all right. And he ran out. He ran out of the area. And he never talked to me ever since that incident, bruh. He never said anything to me because he know that I wailed on his. It was a rap, but the craziest thing is, me and Anthony. This is another story I'm gonna tell you. Me and Anthony, and this is like the most recent part of the projects. Like this was I would say 2 years back. This was like deep, because before I moved out of the project, this is what happened. I got in a fight with Anthony. Now me and Anthony, we were close but not that close. But me and him got in a fight, we beefing. I will never forget this. We fighting this hot chick, like she's hot. I forgot her name, but she is hot. It was just like his cousin. She was hot. I'm hitting on her and everything. And she's like, I already got a boyfriend. I said, well, get a boyfriend and get with a hero. And I was a master at talking to women, bruh. Like, but not anymore. I lost that touch. Anyway, I'm talking to her like, come on, man. And then Anthony walks up, and then She lies to Anthony. Literally, she literally lies to my face to Anthony. He's like, he's harassing me. He's like, he punched me, you know. And the answer was like, you did all that? I was like, no. He was like, I don't believe you, bruh. And me and Anthony got into a fight. Now I was a little, you know, I was a little fart. I couldn't fight. Like I keep saying, I was a little wimp. Like when I say I was a wimp, most biggest wimp. But I socked Anthony as hard as possible in his jaw and ran. Quite literally ran into my house, which was like up, like literally 4 goddamn feet away. It wasn't even a block, but it was 4 goddamn feet away. I run up to Anthony after socking him, and like they're knocking on my door. It's like, come out, come out, come out. And my mom answers the door. While I'm upstairs, I'm playing Madden. Like I'm sitting there acting like I didn't even go outside. It was like one hit and run. And Keon's like, oh! And I'm like, alright, you don't want no more, bruh. Anthony's side of his face is red. Like, it's not bloody, but it's red. Because I punched him directly in the bottom of his jaw. And you could tell he's sore. This was the most funniest thing. He tells me to go outside. And it was like a mid-battle. Like, I was hitting him. I was hitting him in his chest, his stomach, his face. And he was like he was cut and bruised, all sorts of stuff. But one final blow. Tell me why that girl that I was hitting on grabbed the whole stick. I'm clapping hands, yes. She grabbed the whole stick and freaking hit me with it, bruh. She hit me in the side of my leg with the stick. Because she's small. She's smaller than me. She hit me in the side of my leg with the stick. Then Anthony, he's like, he gets up in time. Because I get hit in the side of the leg. I'm like, bruh. And then he sucker punches me behind, like on the bottom of my jaw. And I go flying. Like, I wasn't crying or nothing. But I thought I was out. I was sitting there on the ground. And I get up. I get up and I'm like, bro, what just happened? Bruh, this was crazy. That was the most craziest thing. And I have so many more stories to tell you guys. Like when I say I have so many more stories to tell you, I would actually tell you the stories. This is like all coming from the hood too. Cause like I still have many years to go. But I really appreciate you for listening to these stories, and I hope you enjoyed these stories, because quite literally, at the time, I did not. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to zap that like button for me, for my sake, 'cause we're almost at 50 subs. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.